Okay, welcome back. This is Chris Palermo here with the.com. I call him the mayor of background actors, Chuck Slavin. Chuck, we got a special guest today. Who is in the house today with us?
Kevin Anderton.
Okay, Kevin is filmmaker, Midnight Chimes Productions. Kevin, how you doing today?
Good. How about you, Chris?
I'm doing all right. So, obviously, this town, there's a lot of local filmmakers. Are you the anti-big studio?
Oh, no. If they want to come give me some money to make some stuff, I'm right there.
Let's take us through the whole process here, okay? It begins with an idea, probably from your sick, twisted mind, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah,
okay.
It always starts with that.
And then where do we go from there? How do you get this thing made?
Well, I get a group of people I work with, so essentially what I do is I kick it out to them, and either they tell me, no, don't do that, man, or they say, yeah, let's try something like that. I've had some stuff that I've kicked out to them that they were like, no, can't do that. And then they've dusted it off 3 years later and said, oh, man, we should be doing that.
Let's talk about casting, which I'm fascinated by, and I assume you're involved heavily in the casting process in your films.
Oh, sure. I have a base cast, which is about 10 people, and we use them most of the time. And then there's sometimes we just don't have the certain person that we need for it. So we'll reach out to different groups like John Campanella from Between Gigs Casting or Boston Auditions. We'll throw something out and see what we can find. And usually what happens is somebody will come in, they'll do a little small role, and then we'll use them for bigger stuff.
Now, someone who's like Chuck has been on several auditions. What do you see go wrong a lot on an audition from an actor standpoint?
Hey, wait a second.
No, I don't think Chuck's ever made a mistake. I don't know if I'm going to go on record like that. But, well, I mean, there's the not showing up or just not showing up prepared.
Yeah, that doesn't work for you, huh?
No, because it usually tells you that that's not going to work when the shoot.
I'm surprised because you're kind of like me. I sense that you're kind of a person that like really hates people. And no, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm a misanthrope that loves people.
So okay, you get somebody cast. So you got to assemble the crew. What's it like directing? Is there a lot of psychology involved? Trying to get the actor right and trying to actually just move crew. Tell someone the lights look horrible. Let's do it a different way. What's it like?
Well, no, we worked together for so long and doing so many stuff, and it's almost rote at this point. So everybody knows what I want. We work every week or every time to improve stuff, make lights look better, make camera look better, make the actors look better. It's a process, but there's only one time I've ever screamed at anybody on a set, and that's
what happened.
They were just taking too much time in the middle of a snowstorm, doing stuff that should have been done 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that stuff's unacceptable.
Time is money, huh?
Well, our sets are very fast. We come in, we get it done, we just get the hell out of there, and that's it.
So then I guess, obviously filmmaking is very tedious work. You may have appreciated, I don't know if you worked on the Ricky Gervais The Side of the Truth film as an extra or whatever, but he was in and out 9 to 5, and he kind of subscribed to the same concept as, let's try to get this done. There's no need for these 12, 15-hour days.
Well, the tedium is all before you get to the set. I mean, that's where all the work is done. It's
should be done.
Should be done, yeah. And then once we get to the set, it's just basically doing what we thought we were going to do. You make some small adjustments, but the adjustments are easy because you're adjusting away from a plan as opposed to planning to adjust.
Interesting. Yeah. So you write, obviously you write all your stuff?
No, I start the ball rolling, and then usually I'll hand stuff off, and then it'll come back, and we work in teams and groups. I just think it makes everything better when you have more eyes and more brains.
But you could also run into the situation where there might be more disagreement, but like you said, you folks are on the same page, literally?
Well, any disagreements that we'll have will maybe be, slight stuff on the dialogue and stuff like that. But I mean, I think since we all want to make a better film, I think by the time it all shakes out, that's where we're at.
I never realized how tall you were, Kevin. I
got my platforms on.
I just wanted to go back a little bit and just touch on like the longest film that Kevin's made, the biggest production he's made, the type of stuff that he does as far as the shorts and basically so that people get an idea out there of what kind of stuff he's doing at Midnight Chimes.
Well, the longest thing I've done was I did a 30-minute short called Parting Shots, which was my thesis film at BU, and it was a screwball comedy. And that was actually shot on film.
Wow.
And we built sets and shot most everything on a soundstage up in Billerica. So that was challenging, it was fun, it was interesting, and it did pretty well, but a 30-minute film is very hard to market. So we decided to scale back. We did a 15-minute film, and that was still hard to market. So we went down to 3, and that was our limit, and things took off from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it because you say it's hard to market just because people's attention spans, or you just need you want to get the message out quicker?
Well, back then it was mostly festivals, and if you program a 30-minute film in a festival, that's maybe a third of the show, and it better be a damn good film. But if you do something that's a minute or 3 minutes long and it's really funny, there's no reason not to program it.
What are your thoughts on the way, being an audio instructor myself and an audio guy, what are your thoughts on how important audio and soundtrack is to a film?
Bad audio kills a film. I had a film today that I was watching for Boston Film Night that I thought was okay, but there were probably 6 minutes of the 12 minutes where the audio was just miserable. And as much as I like the film, I can't play it.
That's too bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you find that people tend to maybe not pay as much attention to that aspect of a film?
Oh, sure. And I've caught people on my sets that were doing that too, because sound is always, ignored. Maybe sometimes you don't specifically have a sound man. You have somebody that's running camera and sound, but you have to pay attention to sound. It's very important. And in fact, most of my stuff has always been mixed professionally. Wow. So it's a good way to enhance the sound and get a good final product.
So starting out, when you started out, I mean, how big was your crew when you came out of BU and you were doing the filmmaking?
Well, I mean, it was much different then. I mean, I was coming from film, and film crews are big because it's different. The lights are different, the cameras are different, the resources are different. You got to move a lot of gear. But when we moved to video, we had 5 or 6 as opposed to 15. Much easier to manage. But I've been on sets. Night of the Dying Living, we had maybe 45 extras and crew and cast and all sorts of stuff, and it was crazy. And we were in the middle of nowhere, but we finished on time. And it's all a matter about being able to manage everything, and that's what doing stuff over and over again helps you become a better manager of stuff. I am the ultimate confident person on a set now. I don't see any problems coming up.
And I'm sure it reflects in your films. And so let's talk about what you like, what kind of work you like. We just had the Academy Awards. What kind of stuff is really jazzing you up?
Well, the only thing I saw that the Academy honored this year, I saw Milk.
That's Kevin Anderton, Chuck Slavin, the .com. He is the mayor of background actors. My name is Chris Palermo. We'll be right back.